Johan or Johan or whatever you call him, but Johan. Let's talk
Johan.
about him.
Johan.
He's this kid. We'll address every part that we're confused with. Okay, let's talk about
I am
We
not
talked about
confused
this,
with
but
anything. I will explain
let's talk
everything
about
to
the
you,
candy.
please.
No, we
Yes.
talked about this, but let's talk about the candy,
Yes,
right?
the candy.
Here, like we talked about, we're just supposed to assume that he's like Superman or like a super evolved human being that has like 10,000 IQ, right?
Yes.
And that he can do everything.
Yes.
That's what we're supposed to assume, right?
Yes.
Because even the candy incident that Audie was worried about, you're like, yo,
Yes.
how did he put muscle relaxant? How did he seal it? And how did he expect those three to open it? He's just a genius. That is the answer, right? Apparently.
Hey, okay, wait, hold on. Now, let's look at it in a different way. They say muscle relaxant, right? In
Yeah.
what form do muscle relaxants come in?
I don't know, dude. I'm not a doctor.
I think I don't know about the first case, but the second case they said that the candy was laced with nitric acid or something,
Oh yeah, I
some
remember
chemical.
nitric acid also being mentioned. Yeah.
Yeah. So like
Hmm.
I don't know if that's the same
Nitric
chemical that was
something.
used,
Yeah.
but I don't know how the uses for nitric acid. Maybe you'll find a clue there somewhere, like nitric acid in the medical field of sorts.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe that is the muscle relaxant.
Maybe.
Yeah, but still, yeah. What were you saying? What was your point?
Hold on, I'm just going to do a real quick this thing.
What?
Just a sec.
Adi.
No, my
Plus.
point, like, no, okay. My point is that this thing, seeing if nitric acid is readily available in a hospital, that still doesn't explain how Johan, who was 8 hours out of being shot in the head, fresh out of surgery, got out of bed, walked up, found a bottle, identified and found a bottle of nitric acid, poured that shit in a bag of candies, sealed it up properly to make it look convincing, and
Okay,
have
wait,
three
hold
people
on. Why
eat
do
it.
we even need to open and close a bag of candy? You don't need to do that to inject it with something. You can literally just take an injection which
Okay,
is in the hospital, prick it, and then they're done. It's in. You don't need to. You don't need to lace it in the sense. You don't need to take one out and slowly brush it with things and be like, oh, it is
We didn't
perfectly
say
covered
that.
right now.
Yeah, we are
I
not
didn't.
saying that. We don't
We
need
didn't
it
say
to go
that.
one by one. We just maybe someone got it in the bag.
You just need
That's
to
what
take
we
an
are saying.
injection and inject it in.
But okay, fuck it. He got it in. That's not the problem.
Yeah, that's
How
what
the
you're
fuck did
assuming,
he
right?
have to get it in?
Urasawa has explained that he took an injection and
Yeah,
injected it.
you guys are asking how could it be possible, and I am giving you an explanation.
I'm saying, no, I'm saying how is it possible that those three were the ones who took it? Is that just his genius? And he's like, yeah, they'll only take it. I know for sure. These top two doctors and the director are gonna
No.
take
I
this.
would say the director and the guy who replaced Tenma were the intended targets, because okay, look at it this way. Why did he do it in the first place?
Bro, he's crazy. That's why.
No, see, he gave the reason. Tenma sits in front of him before he opened his eyes. Tenma sits in front of him and says, "I lost everything trying to save you." But they are the
Yeah.
ones who should be facing crimes. They are the ones who committed the crimes. They are the ones who should die. He says that very specifically. That particular
Yeah,
line.
that's the reason he does it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
line. Yeah.
And if that's the reason he does it, he knows his targets very well. He knows that it's the director who wanted to stop Tenma from operating on him, and it was the guy who ended up taking Tenma's place and taking his job and his wife and his promotion and everything. So those two were the intended targets. Now there is, if anyone else had eaten from that bag, they would have died as well. Okay.
Yeah.
We just never saw anyone else eat it.
It's just the best situation.
Now that's what I'm saying. So imagine it like this: if okay, let's say you are working for someone. Okay, now Sid, I know you're immediately going to say, oh, I'm never going to work for anyone, I'm my own boss. But if you're working for someone and they get
Hard to imagine.
they get a oh my god, they get a box of chocolates, okay, and you ideally would not ever dream of taking your boss's chocolates without telling him or asking him, right? You just don't
Yeah.
walk up and you just don't take somebody else's chocolates,
No,
right?
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So similarly, these chocolates were a gift to Johan and his sister because people were trying to wish them well. No sane person would actually just walk up to them and be like, "Yo, you boy in a coma, you have chocolates, you're in a coma, I'm going to eat it." Nobody's going to do that. Literally
Yeah,
nobody.
exactly.
Except Tenma has talked about how bad the director is, how corrupt these guys are, and how they are willing to go to any lengths just to keep up an image, just to make sure that their public image stays safe. So it's a very reasonable mindset to go at thinking, if I poison the things around me and these guys go and eat it, they are going to die.
But that's what I'm saying. He's just too
Okay.
genius to do that in that state, to be like, oh, he just got shot and he's recovering. He's like, okay, I take acid, I take this, I put into this, I try. That's a normal kid wouldn't do that, is what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right?
But he's
And
not a normal kid. He's a
that's the
really,
point
really
I was
fucked up
making.
kid.
Yeah, that's what
Huh?
I'm saying. He's really intelligent. He has 10,000 IQ.
No, it
Okay,
doesn't. It
but
doesn't even
you
have to be
can.
about intelligence. It's all about malice. It's all about how he thinks that they're wrong.
Yeah,
So
but dude, a kid won't go that far. It's because of his history and all that we learn later, of course. But a kid won't go that far. A kid is not as evil as a grown adult with such intentions,
but
right?
that's what we're being shown, that the kid
Yeah,
is
that's
as
what we're
evil.
being shown. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's
So
why in the
But
beginning,
you.
when you when you don't, you're like, yo, how did he do this? He's just a kid. Then later you learn about whatever happened in that orphanage and everything, right? And
yeah, so you
the
know that
little book
he's
about the monsters.
yeah, so you know that he, like, I think it's a good thing that you question how did he do it. He's such a kid,
Yeah,
and then it's explained perfectly. It's because he's
very.
such a fucked up kid. It's
Yeah,
not
it's not
not even because
explained. We just assume that. Yeah, we just assume that he is this
no, I'm
genius
saying
kid
it,
who
it,
did
it
it.
doesn't have
Yeah.
anything to do with genius at all over here, is what I'm saying. It's basically like these guys corrupt. They come into my room and I can hear them talking about how they want to use me to make their image look better. I want to make them die in some way. I
So
poison
how
this
did he know
thing.
what to use? How did he know what to use?
Yeah.
Bro,
How you see how stupid of a plan that is, right?
it's a
Like
hospital. You
you
can
just
literally
poison
use
the candy around
anything.
you.
You can literally
No,
use anything.
everything in a hospital is not poison.
I
That's
know
what I'm
everything is
saying.
not poison, but you don't have to be a
So
genius
it's
to
just
know
luck. No,
what.
wait, so it's just luck that he found like a
Okay,
bottle of acid. And he's like, "Ooh, nice."
either it's luck, or in the
Yeah,
orphanage he was taught about such things.
yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That could be the case, but that's just us assuming. That's what I'm saying,
Yeah,
right?
but I mean,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have
But
happened
nothing
if
is
he didn't have
explained.
that experience
We are
in the
still making
orphanage.
assumptions. Yeah, we're still making assumptions here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
But
explicitly
that
said,
part,
but
yeah,
like,
nothing is
Like
explicitly mentioned about
either
Johan. Like even late,
either Johan was like the most ultimate genius who used
yeah.
acid and managed to catch three people with one bag of candy, or he just got super fucking lucky,
No, even
and that's
later,
the
right?
assumption.
Yeah. How does Johan, like? We talked about this for a while, but even this was weird. But like he just him convincing other people to kill other people. Okay, he has like some weird power, like manipulation power. But even like in the library, like he convinced Nina to kill herself almost. Like that scene was very weird to me. I was like, how did like he just stared at her, dude? And she's like, oh, now I'm gonna kill myself. And then
Hmm.
Tenma is like, no, like what do you have to say about that? That was a weird scene.
yeah, it was a very okay. Listen, I'm
Yeah,
not
that
saying
didn't make sense to
most
me.
of this manga doesn't make sense. Okay, it's
Yeah.
like a mystery with a lot of for a manga that is a mystery. They have not resolved much at all,
Yeah.
and that's there for sure. But as for that scene, I'm assuming it's like basically Johan destroyed her spirit so much up till whatever was happening, and then when she met him, finally she saw that evil that everyone keeps talking about, and she was like, "There is no point to me living in this goddamn world because this motherfucker is always going to chase me down and make my life hell. I might as well just end it all before I give him another chance to come and torture me." Which I'm assuming that is the reason she did that, because she just saw. So see, that's the thing. There is a supernatural element. I say that mainly because almost everybody who sees Johan or interacts with Johan or even goes to his murder site,
Yeah.
they're all like, there is malice in the air. I've never seen a murder like this.
Yeah.
There's no emotion behind it and all that. So that is supernatural. So it can be easily assumed that when she saw her brother being that perfect incarnate of evil and malice, and she doesn't know how to handle that stress of just standing in front of him and experiencing all those immense uh, emotions, she's just like, fuck it, I kill myself, I guess. I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want my life to
I
be I don't want my life to be about this guy, my own brother, chasing me from town to town to town to town just to torture me. He's not even going to kill me. He wants to. He's going to just. He's not torturing me directly. He's killing
Uh,
everybody I love.
Dude, why
okay,
didn't
wait.
she went so far to realize it that late? That doesn't make. She should have done it so much earlier.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
went so far, almost
yeah,
like
but the thing is,
she
she
moved
never saw
cities.
him. She
She
never
spent so
saw
much
him before.
time.
That is my point.
Yeah,
We have to
but
assume
come
that
on,
we have
dude.
to assume that
But
the
she
sight
still
of Johan
feel
is a very strong thing in itself. Audi has a point. Let's listen to him.
No, no,
okay.
no.
Or
You keep going on.
yeah,
I was
dude.
just saying that. Yeah. Go on. Fuck it.
So you can say what, but okay, you can say after I say. No, the sight of Johan is apparently this weird, powerful thing where people like crumble or like have this weird revelation, is what we have been seeing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like they always keep saying how Nina and Johan are like almost similar, right?
See, that's the thing.
And
They talk about having a similar look in the eyes. So,
yeah, and
if I may reference an
out of
anime, Audi doesn't
everyone,
know.
okay, wait. Out of everyone who I thought would be affected by this, I didn't think it would be Nina. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but see that's like an expectation you made based on what other people were saying, but you
No,
assumed that that won't happen.
based on her character, because if she doesn't she doesn't sound like someone who'd want to just kill herself like that. She's very determined in
Yeah,
what
yeah,
she was doing
but
on
you
this
assumed
file,
that
yeah.
she wouldn't be affected by Johan. That is the mistake.
And you are assuming that she is affected. That's what
And
I'm saying.
that's the thing.
Yeah,
What seems more plausible once you see
I
what
think
happens.
it seems that she's not affected. That seems more
No, see,
plausible to me based on her
but
character.
that's the thing. See, she went through trauma, but Johan thinks he went through the trauma. And okay, dude, imagine it's like
She doesn't remember it until the last
exactly,
part, by the
exactly. So
way.
hold on.
Yeah,
So it's like Blue Exorcist. Okay,
yeah.
the two brothers, Rin and I forgot the other guy's name.
Even I forgot. Yeah, Rin and the other guy.
Yeah, the glasses guy. So
Uh,
when they see that Rin is a child of Satan and they're trying to just kick him out of society and all that, people see the same eyes in his brother as well. People are like,
yeah.
this guy also has the same eyes. It means he could also be the blood of the devil, but he doesn't show the same characteristics as Rin. He has
Yeah.
never openly shown any signs of being influenced by Satan. It's very similar here. Johan and
But in the end,
Annie
he does become
at the end, yeah,
one.
at the end, exactly. That's my
Yeah.
point. I'm using that as well. So Johan and Anna or Annie or whatever the fuck her name is.
Anna.
Nina.
So yeah, she has too many names.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Nina, Anna, whatever. She has the same eyes as Johan. She has a similar look to Johan. But the thing is, she is not the same person as Johan inside mentally or physically. And that's where the difference comes. So the first time she sees Johan, she is equally affected like everybody else is shown to be affected. Which is why she goes into that phase where she's like, okay, I need to kill myself because I can't stand the sight of this devil. I can't deal with this in my life.
That's what I'm saying. How bad is it that you have to kill yourself? Like, that's why I didn't understand Johan that much, because like whenever someone sees him, like they instantly, like he doesn't have to say anything. He's just like, "Oh, GG, I'm done. I give my life." That
Yeah,
doesn't make
it's
sense to
just
me.
like,
And yeah, you can assume that like most of this manga, we are making assumptions
of course,
based on, because nothing is explained.
of course.
But still, it still did make sense to me. Like just looking at someone, you'd be like, "Oh, okay, oh damn, that's the worst thing ever. Oh, what a demon. Okay, I end my life." Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but again, this is
And especially a strong character like Lena, she is mentally more powerful than other characters.
yeah, but Johan at the end can break even the strongest people. That is
Apparently, he can. Yeah,
that
that's
is
how it
true.
was weird. That's why I was confused.
No, but
And
see,
also, I
I disagree with a
what?
couple of things here. Like, see, firstly, remember supernatural elements do play into this, so you do have to remember that it's not all logical.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm not talking about. If supernatural elements come in, then yeah, I guess it makes sense. But the way I was reading it, it's based in like real. It seemed to be based in like it's fictional story based on in the real world, right? It seemed to be like that.
it's
It is
It
based
didn't
in the
based
seem
on
to
real
real
be.
world,
world,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
there are supernatural
So
elements,
yeah,
not
that's what
this thing.
I
Yeah.
wasn't considering that. If you supernatural elements is like can be the answer to everything, right? That's what I'm saying. But if it's not, that's why I was like, when I was reading it for the first time, I was like, okay, this doesn't make sense, because I didn't expect supernatural elements to be a part of this, because even the author hasn't explained anything like that. It's just we assume that okay, there's something going on here. That's